Don West's early journalism career was distinguished by completely missing the biggest story of the century, when, in the summer of 1947, he was the first reporter at the site of the fabled Roswell alien spaceship crash and found absolutely nothing to report. In contrast, during his 44 extraordinary years at Broadcasting Magazine, he sure found everything to report, keeping us glued to what truly was the Bible of the industry. Don has always been a champion of the First Amendment and free speech, and everything he believes the Fifth Estate stands for. He made a conscious effort to raise awareness, both within the industry and on Capitol Hill, of broadcasting's immense power and potential to contribute to the American ethos. Don West founded Broadcasting and Cable's Hall of Fame, which is now in its 25th year, and the Giants of Broadcasting and Electronic Arts, which is celebrating its 13th anniversary. As we focus on the future, Don reminds us to take time to salute those who paved the way in the present and the past. He has been a mentor to the industry as a whole and helped us appreciate the history of our business in all of its glory. He is the Giant of Giants, Don West.
My day was ruined when I opened up that brochure and saw the ad from all the people who had worked with me at Broadcasting over all the years. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to get through the day without a tear. And you're going to have to share them with me. This is what I've come to think of as my I have a dream speech, no matter that someone else has used that title to much greater purpose. I call it that because I did have a dream very recently, and it was largely about this Giants event and broadcasting and the electronic arts, and it woke me up in the middle of the night. I felt so strongly about it that I went to my computer and made notes of what I could remember. Much of it was about what I had failed to accomplish in my own biggest dreams. Perhaps the greatest of all, a pilot for CBS that was so radical that Bob Wood, then the network president, said if it were ever aired, it wouldn't be allowed to be seen in his own home. It was, like so many of my dreams, ahead of its time, and that was 46 years ago. And then I thought of the past dreamers who made our medium great, including the Sarnoffs and the Paleys, and the Stantons and the Goldensons and the Murrows and the Cronkites, and also the Bob Woods and the Norman Lears, who put All in Family on the air, and Lorne Michaels and Don Hewitt, who were creating Saturday Night Live and 60 Minutes, while I was trying to build something to replace the Smothers Brothers. My swing at the bat lost out to Hee-Haw, and I forfeited my job at CBS, but that led eventually to editing Broadcasting and Cable magazine, their career that brought me to this moment. That same dream included thoughts about things as esoteric as the Fourth Estate and the Fifth Estate, and potentially a fifth, a sixth. Remember, this was all in a dream. The Fourth Estate you already know. It was the one that Edmund Burke, the great English statesman, was talking about when, pointing to the reporters' gallery in Parliament, he said, "There sits a fourth estate, far more powerful than them all." Burke was right, of course, as witnessed the impact on all of our lives by what has come to be called the media, social and otherwise. Sal Taishoff, who started Broadcasting Magazine in 1931 and hired me in 1953, tried for years to convince radio to be called the Fifth Estate because he thought it and eventually television were so different from the printed press. In my dream, I did him one better, thinking perhaps a sixth estate might somehow wipe out the term media and re-endow the electronic arts with the principles of responsibility and service with which they began. I found myself dreaming of a giant coming together of professionals to save the world, not to ruin it. The last part of my dream about this celebration of giants was that it was less intended to honor the past than to inspire the future, and that what we're all looking for and hoping for is a continuing generation of giants to make all our dreams come true. So much for dreams, recent or ancient. What I want to tell you in all reality at this moment is how much this honor means to me. I know it has been bestowed for whatever reasons, not just by peers, but by friends and family, who all in this room truly are. Since I was 15 and riding my bicycle at dawn to turn on the transmitter at KICA in Clovis, New Mexico, I have always been caught up in the wonder of and the majesty of broadcasting and the electronic arts. And while I have always thought of myself as a journalist, Your Honor has made me a broadcaster, and a giant one at that. Thank you.